They say every flower has its season. Some bloom quietly, unnoticed, and fade just as gently. Others open their petals to the world as if the sun itself rose just for them. But in the heart of a quiet meadow, far from the eyes of men, there grew one rose whose beauty was so striking. She believed nothing else in the world could compare. She was certain the wind danced for her, that the bees sang for her, that even the dawn came each morning only to admire her crimson crown. But beauty can be fragile, and sometimes it is the quiet, thorn-covered things we overlook that carry the strength to save us. So let us step into that meadow now, where pride stood tall beside humility, and hear the story of the proud rose. In a quiet meadow, far from any town, lived flowers of all kinds. Some were small and shy, bowing their heads when the wind passed. Others were cheerful daisies, always gossiping with the bees. And then there was her. The rose, tall, elegant, scarlet petals like velvet, and she knew it. "Look at me," she would say, shaking her petals just so. "I am the most beautiful flower here. The sun loves me, the wind dances for me, and even the bees come to admire me." Beside her grew a cactus, short, spiny, and quiet. He didn't boast, he didn't gossip, he simply stood there holding his water inside, day after day. One morning, the rose glanced at him and laughed. "Oh, Cactus, what a strange, ugly plant you are. No petals, no perfume, no grace, just thorns." The cactus didn't reply. But deep inside he thought, one day, dear rose, you might learn that beauty isn't everything. Days turned to weeks. Summer became hotter. The ground cracked, the grass faded, and the once giggling daisies drooped. The rose tried to drink from the soil, but it was dry. Her petals began to curl. "Water," she whispered. I need water." And then she remembered the cactus. She turned to him, her voice trembling. "Cactus, I know I've been unkind, but please, you have water, don't you?" The cactus didn't gloat. He didn't say, "I told you so." He simply bent one of his thick stems toward her. "You can have some. Here." Drop by drop, life returned to the rose. Her petals opened again, softer than before. She didn't boast anymore. She still stood tall, but now she often looked at the cactus and said, "Thank you, my friend." And the cactus? He just smiled quietly, beneath all those thorns. And so in that quiet meadow, beauty learned to bow beside kindness. The proud rose still caught the sun, still swayed in the breeze, but her gaze often turned to the cactus who had once stood silently beside her. For she now knew that strength wears many shapes, sometimes soft as petals, sometimes sharp as thorns. They say every flower has its season. And in this season, the rose's beauty bloomed brighter, not because of the sun above, but because of the friendship rooted beside her. That was the story of the proud rose,